Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram. Canto 3, Chapter 26. Title is Fundamental Principles of Material Nature, verse number 18. Stand 3 times. Repeat the translation, then we go to the purport and try to understand this verse. Anta Purusha Rupena Kala Rupena Yo Bahi Samanveti Esha Satvanam Bhagavanatmaya Anta Purusha Rupena Kala Rupena Yo Bahi Samanveti Esha Satvanam Bhagavan Atmamaya Antapurusha Rupena Kala Rupena Yo Vahi Samanveti Esha Satvanam Bhagavan Atmamaya. Word to word. Anta, within, Purusha Rupena, in the form of the super soul, Kala Rupena, in the form of time. Ya, he who, by he, without, Samanveti exists, Esha, he, Satvanam, of all living entities, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Atmamaya, by his potencies. Translation by his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Atmamaya, by this time we should know what was Prabhupada is talking about. What is it? Later on in the purport we will see that. Anybody remembers? Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse number 6. Ajopi sannavi atma bhutanam iswaropi san prakritim sam adhisthaya sambhavami atmamaya. By his own internal potency. That's what we have to. So these are the law codes. We have to scrutinizingly read and remember what Prabhupada had to say in each and every verse. That's how we have to read, not like parrot reading. And it comes by practice in the association of devotees. So that's why Prabhupada has established this association. Sangha, to take more and more, not unwanted Sangha. So that's what we have to try every day, not once in a while, every day. Translation by Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Jai. By exhibiting his potencies, the Supreme Personality of Godhead adjusts all these different elements, keeping himself within as a super soul and without as time. Please repeat. By exhibiting his potencies, the Supreme Personality of Godhead adjusts all these different elements, keeping himself within as the super soul and without as time. Let's look at the purport. Purport by Prabhupada. Here it is stated that within the heart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead resides as a super soul within the heart of the living entity, basically. This situation is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. What is that situation? Anybody remembers that verse? A couple of verses which can give us this. Isra Sarabhutanam Hriddeshorjana Tishtate Brahmaya Sarabhutani Yantara Rudan Maya. Another verse, Prakriti Purushastohi Munkte Prakriti Jayar Gunan Karanam Gunasanga Sadasat Janmayansh. Another verse, Prabhupada is quoting below. Anumanta Upadraksha Bhakta Bhokta Sakshne. So all these verses are related to that point of this. The super soul rests beside the individual soul and acts as a witness. This is also confirmed elsewhere in the Vedic literature. Two birds are sitting in the same tree of the body. One is witnessing, other is eating the fruits of the tree. The Purusha or Paramatma who resides within this body of the individual soul is described in Bhagavad Gita 13.23. That is the verse actually is referring to. Upadrashta is a witness bird, and Anumanta, sanctioning authority, and Bhakta and Bhokta. Lord is the only maintainer and he is the only enjoyer. But we are trying to become the maintainer. We are trying to maintain our own self separately, independent desires, and we are trying to enjoy separately from the Lord. So that's why that is a problem statement. We'll look at in a different angle. The conditional soul engages in the happiness and distress of the particular body given him by the arrangement of the external energy of the Supreme Lord. But the Supreme Living Being or the Paramatma is different from the conditioned soul. Soul can never become Super Soul. Brahman can never become Parabrahman. Jiva can never become, Jivatma can never become Paramatma. So he is described in the Bhagavad Gita as Maheshwara, Green bird merging into green tree doesn't mean that it's going to merge, it's going to become a tree. Bird is bird, tree is tree. He is described in Bhagavad Gita as Maheshwara or the Supreme Lord. He is Paramatma, not Jivatma. Paramatma means the super soul who is sitting by the side of the conditioned soul just to sanction his activities. The conditioned soul comes to this material world in order to lord it over material nature. Since one cannot do anything without the sanction of the Supreme Lord, he lives with the Jiva soul as witness and sanction giver. To the extent he has that bank balance, the credits, then he can give sanction that okay, you can enjoy to that extent. Not more, not less. He is also a bhokta. He gives maintenance and sustenance to the conditioned soul. Since the living entity is constitutionally part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord is very affectionate to the living entities. He is very merciful. But there is two natures of mercifulness. The one mercy, most of the people are looking after this mercy. By Lord's mercy, I got a job. By Lord's mercy, I got married. By Lord's mercy, I am my home. And yes, that is a fact. Without that, nothing can be done. We can't do anything. But the actual real mercy means attaining Krishna Prema. Real mercy means always in the association of devotees. Real mercy means we are always following what Srila Prabhupada had to say. That is the real mercy. Real mercy means we are always trying to please Guru senses, Krishna senses. That is the real mercy. So that's how we know how much we are progressing, how much we are endeavoring every day to please Guru and Krishna senses only. That's how much we know how much mercy we got. So how much we still have to work towards coming to that path, giving up our own independent desires, independent plan, independent agenda. I want to become this, that, so many positions as a devotee also. I want to get there. I want to, secure my position. But how long you're going to secure, that we don't know. But we are trying. Unfortunately, when living entity is bewildered or illusioned by the external energy, he becomes forgetful of his eternal relationship with the Lord. But as soon as he becomes aware of his constitutional position, he is liberated. The minute independence of the conditioned soul is exhibited by his marginal position. He likes, even forget the Supreme Personality of Godhead and come into material existence with a false ego to lord it over the material nature. So, somebody wants to forget, then what Lord will do? He can't force it. Okay, you forget. I'm not going to reveal you anything. So for you, I will be unknown. So as Prabhupada talks about, one lady came in from Mayavad philosophy when Prabhupada was there. He's celebrating Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Tirova. She walked in and then said, and then Prabhupada was talking about the Supreme Absolute Truth, highest level. Then she started talking about, oh, my Guru said that Krishna means unknown. And immediately Krishna, Prabhupada picked up immediately. Krishna means unknown. Then why did he, in the first place, he translated Bhagavad Gita? If Krishna is unknown, is dark, means he is unknown. Harisori Prabhu gives in his memories. If he is unknown, then he cannot even translate. He doesn't know. And then he has to open Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna says, Vedaham samtitane vartamanam chan bhavishyani bhutan mam tu vedana kashana. It is confidential. I can only reveal to my devotee, confidential devotee. I will not reveal to bullies and others, those who are ignorant. Those who doesn't want me, I will never reveal to them. Mattas with it, I will give them forgetfulness. I will never give them myself. That's why person as a devotee also, if you really want Krishna's happiness, that's when only Krishna will be. If you really want Guru's happiness, then only that intelligence strength will win. If you don't want, we still have operating on our own agenda, then until that point we give up that free will and surrender fully. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given. We have no way to actually come to pure bhakti platform unless we follow first surrender, then do kirtan, then do chanting, then do hearing. Without surrendering to Guru and Krishna, you do, then it is going to be a different result. It's very difficult. There is no progress. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that's why Saranagati has given. First to surrender fully, offer everything. First Guru and Krishna, you give me the strength, you give me the mercy, then I can do service, this service, whatever. Then it will perfect. If you do independently on my own strength, there is no possibility. You can't get anywhere. So that is the bottom line we have to understand, and every day we have to practice on the strength of the Guru and Krishna. Then we become successful, so we can make others successful. Otherwise, the anxieties will continue on as devotee also. But if he likes, he can turn his face to the service of the Lord. The individual living entity is given that independence. Conditional life is ended and his life becomes successful as soon as he turns his face to the Lord. But by misusing his independence, he enters into material existence. Yet the Lord is so kind that as super soul, he always remains with the conditioned soul. The concern of the Lord is neither to enjoy nor to suffer from the material body. So that means neither you want to become bogi nor we want to become tyagi. That means ordinary sense also. We want to become sevi. We want to serve. We don't want to become guru bogi. We want to enjoy guru's property, nor we want to become guru tyagi. We don't want to renounce things. Or guru says something else, I want to do service. No, I know it's too difficult. I can't take it. No, that is guru tyagi. So guru sevi means whatever guru says, I'll follow. I'll do that. I'll try to do. Whether I have a strength or not, that's a different story. Weakness, that's a different story. But at least we try. We try. That's why everything is Guru service. Whatever doing, garland, sweeping, deity worship, everything is Guru service. We have no qualification. But who has given qualification? Who has installed the deities? Who has installed? We installed the deities. Did we bring the deities? Who brought? It is the Prabhupada. It is Acharya. Who brings? Sannyasi comes and brings the deity from the heart. He is the one. Prana Pratishna through always through Acharya, through Guru. Who has installed? Who was talking to deities? So Prabhupada was talking to Radha Ras Bihariji. Prabhupada was talking to Rukmini Dwarkadish. It is always Acharya. We should not never forget that I am doing service because it is me. I am doing service. No, it is Guru service. Krishna service is given through Guru. Guru is giving us service. Then we have to be attentive. We have to do service. There is no other way. We have to understand that point and try to do our best. Then progress, perfection, everything will come naturally because Guru will do Guru's job. Servant do servant job. The concern of the Lord is neither to enjoy nor to suffer. So that's why not bogi, not sevi, not tyagi. We want to become sevi. That means we follow whatever Krishna says, whatever Guru says, whatever Sadhu says. He remains with the jiva simply as a sanction giver and witness so that the living entity can receive the results of his activities, good or bad. And the surrender, whatever we are discussing, there will be different levels. Okay, if we are just joining first time initially, you are just coming to temple, fine. You start, associate, you try to understand the philosophy, try to understand how to chant, try to understand how to worship, try to understand what you should bring to temple or whatever. So all these aspects you try to understand. Here, then you will to the surrender. But beginning, the because we want to work. We are so much energetic in working outside and getting money. So that work has to be used in service of Krishna. That is the first thing. Gradually we come. That's why otherwise this chapter, if you look at, analyze this chapter, in the third canto, why is it that Devavati is lamenting? And why is it that the devotion service is in the middle? Previous chapters, there is a devotion service already. But in the before that, Devavati is lamenting. And after that, again, there is a fruitive activities. Fundamentals of principal nature is there. Then again, the chapter is execution or devotion. After that, again, entanglement of the fruitive activities, adverse reaction. Why is that? In Bhagavad Gita also, why is that Krishna has mentioned already Bhakti in second chapter also. Third, fourth, fifth is going. Then again in the middle, Bhakti is there. But the end, last six chapter, why is the Gnana is there? Why so much stress is given to the material nature? That is the problem. We have a big problem statement is, and we are caught up with this material world. We're trying to enjoy. As a devotee also, before also, always we have that enjoyment mental, separatism from Guru and Krishna. That is why always the stress is given. Understand more and more about how much we are caught up. What is causing us not progressing? Why is it becoming in the middle? Between me and Krishna, why something else is coming in the middle? Taking us away from Krishna. That's what Prabhupada said. Oh, Shyamsundar Prabhu, why are you bringing a cigarette in between you and Krishna? Do you really need that? No, you don't need that. Okay, now reduce. Every day, one cigarette reduce. Gradually, you become free from that. So in that way, you have to see everything. So in between, nothing should be there. Only Guru and Krishna should be there. Gradually, we have to try our best to come to that level. So that's why so much stress is being discussed about the material nature, how it works, how much we get implicated if you do just even a slight teeny bit, like you sharp edge. If you're not alert, if you're not conscious fully, then you will be implicated. He's as a practitioner also. So that's why these stages are there. Anartha Nivritti is big stage, even after initiation. We are not done. Initiation is just a formality, beginning. You have a long way to go. If you're not alert, Anartha Nivritti will go on for many lifetimes. So the bhakti seed will never grow. Creeper will never grow. Creeper will be always stunted with unwanted creepers. We will not even realize what the unwanted creepers are. What position we are in, we don't realize. So that will be our position. So that's why we have to be very carefully read and study, always in the association, and serve our best and hear and chant always. We have to follow. Outside the body or the conditioned soul, the supreme personality of Godhead remains as a time factor. According to the Sankhya system of philosophy, there are 25 elements. The 25 four elements already described plus the time factor makes 25. According to some learned philosophers, the super soul is included to make a total of 26 elements. This 25, 26, 23. Anywhere from 23, sometimes it is 28, 29 also in some places mentioned. But basically, these are the Panch Mahabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, ether. In 7th chapter, Krishna is in Bhumi, Rapan, Vayu. And then you have the Karmendriyas, the hands, legs, genitals, anus, so tongue. There's five, mouth, five. And then you have Jnanendriyas, which are the ears, the nose, the tongue, the touch. So there's five Jnanendriyas. And then it is sense objects that is called Tanmatra. First five are called Pancha Mahabhuta, is air, fire. These five sense objects, because each one, the ears has the sound, the eye has the sense of form, then you have the touch is the sense perception, then the smell with the nose, like that. Each one of them has sense object that is called Tanmatra. The first Pancha Mahabhuta is five, then Karmendriya is five, then Jnanendriya is five, 15, and then sense objects, another 5, 20. There itself you have 20. And then mind intelligence falls you 23. Sometimes consciousness is added, 24. Sometimes Mahatattva Pradhan is added. And then you have time factor on top of it. Then sometimes soul is added, and the super soul is added. So you add up all these, and then sometimes 3 modes of material nature is added. So it could be anywhere from 23 to 28, 29 elements. But either way, it's all still in the material aspect. We have to understand how these things work, how the gross body is working, how the subtle body is working, how the mind, intelligence, pulse is working, how the material nature is forcing, how the Swarup Shakti, the Guru and Krishna's energy is working. That's the Atma Maya. That their energy is different from our energy, conditioned soul's energy. We're being brought up with the external energy. We are being forced by inevitable time. So now let's offer our prayers. Let's try to understand this verse and what we are supposed to do. Om Gnana Durandasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chikshurunmilitam Yana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Grim Yatkrupa Tamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Shri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thank you very much for joining. So here we have to look at the first Devahuti statement so that we understand what is actually the first problem, what she is not mentioning. She has taken the association of the Kardamuni, but she is lamenting that what kind of association I have taken, why I didn't utilize properly, and Guru is there. How we should utilize, very careful and alert in our service, in our hearing, what Guru has to say, every word. And Devotee is submitting that in the 23 chapter, very important point, 2 verses 51 and 56, 55, 56. My Lord, you have fulfilled all the promises you gave me, yet because I am your surrendered soul, you should give me fearlessness too. She understood that too much into material enjoyment, but he really not taken the actual proper association. Until now, we have simply wasted so much of our time in sense gratification, neglecting to cultivate knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Association for sense gratification is certainly the path of bondage, but the same type of association performed with a saintly person leads to the path of liberation, even if performed without knowledge. So that's why the association has to be key. And how you utilize it. We may be with Guru, but still, like Kala Krishna Das, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But what did he do? He was attracted, allured by gypsies. He didn't even tell Mahaprabhu and he ran there. Mahaprabhu had to pull him with the hair and bring him out, then he rejected. Then Nityananda Prabhu and all others, Saram Bhattacharya, Pratap Rudra, Ramanand Rai, had to engage them in service. So that's why we need Guru and Sadhu's mercy, also Vaishnava's mercy, and then Krishna's mercy will come. So that's why we have to be very alert. Otherwise, anytime anything can happen. If you are not allowed to Guru and Sadhu service, it's very difficult. Anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life, anyone whose religious ritualistic performance do not raise him to renunciation, and anyone situated in renunciation that does not lead him to devotion and service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead must be considered dead, although he is breathing. So she is understanding the real problem. So that's why he's telling all these things. And anyone situated does not lead him to so must be considered dead. My Lord, surely I have been solidly cheated by the insurmountable illusory energy. And that's why in this verse also Kalena is used. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, for in spite of having obtained your association, which gives liberation from the material bondage, I did not seek such liberation. My Lord, surely I have been so solidly, an intelligent man should utilize good opportunities. So she is submitting. This is the first problem statement. So that's why first thing is we have to take the association of the devotees. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Haya Sadhu Sangha. Krishna Preme Janme Teno Puna Mukyanga. We have to really take the strong association. So Bhakti Prajayate Bhakti. Only by Bhakti we can Bhakti produce Bhakti. So if you associate those who have Bhakti, those who have Krishna Prema, those who are so deeply attached to what Prabhupada has to say, what Guru has to say, what Krishna has to say, then you will get the same fire. If you associate with those who doesn't have the fire, who have all kinds of laziness, procrastination, doesn't want to do anything really, only formality, then that is the same energy we also carry naturally. So that's why we have to decide. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bhavapavargo Brahmato Yadi Bhaved Janascha Tarhi Achyuta Sat Samagama Sat Sangamo Yarhi Tadaiva Sat Gatao Paravareshe Tvai Jayate Rati. Oh my Lord, oh infallible Supreme Lord, when a person wandering throughout this universe becomes eligible for liberation from material existence, he gets an opportunity associated with devotees. When he associates with devotees, his attraction for you is awakened. You are the Supreme Personality of the highest goal of the topmost devotees, the Lord of the universe. So that's why we have to take it very consciously, the right association. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, the time factor, the Kala is so formidable that there is no control. That's why we have to chant. Before 6 o'clock, we have to finish our chant, no matter what. We have to finish. After that, you do whatever you want. You want to sleep, you want to work, whatever you want, you do. But before 6, let finish. Quality rounds. This is our process. This is Harer Naman Kirtanam, Sravanam Kirtanam Dhyanam, Harer Adbhuta Karmana. Harer Adbhuta Karma, then Gunanam Chittat Adde Akila Chestitam. Everything should be done for Krishna's pleasure. Krishna's pleasure. Adde Akila Chestitam. Every endeavor should be done. That's why Cheto Darpana Madhyanam. Trying to polish our external body, trying to polish our internal mind, the subtle body, mind is trying to enjoy separately. But we have to actually do this polishing of Lord Krishna through upachar. We do 16 upachar in the morning if you are second initiated. We polish the deity. So same way we have to polish our soul by chanting especially Hare Krishna Mahamantra, mostly significantly we have to chant. And the way Prabhupada wanted, not elongating. Hare Krishna Mahamantra means I'm going to sing in a so big tune. It takes almost 5 minutes. And especially if you are going to chant in Gaur Arati, and then so many new people, they can't even catch up your tune. So what is use? Are you bring so many mridangas and sound is so much, then what is use? It is okay, it is still good, you are getting paid. But what the Prabhupada has instructed, what that's what we have to follow. We have to stick. If you stick to the principle, then you get the result, right result. If you don't stick to the principle, you get different results. Already we are so much lack in our service, in our attention, our chanting, everywhere we are lack. So if we are not allowed to what Guru and Acharya has to say, then we can actually perfect our life. So that's why here Acharya or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing that you should utilize Sravanam, Kirtanam, Jhanam, Adbhuta Karmanam. So, Tad Adde Akila Chestitam. Every endeavor, whatever we do in our life, it should be only. Otherwise, anardhas will come. What kind of anardhas? So, those are the unwanted bijas will come. Nishiddhachar, Kutinati, Jiva Himsana, Labha, Puja, Pratishta. All these upasakas will grow. We will not even realize that these upasakas are growing in my heart. Unnecessary creepers along with the bhakti creeper. We can't even find out. We can't even, because we are not even trying to introspect what's going on in my heart. Where my position is right now. Am I karmarpan, first stage, or am I in next karma Mr. Bhakti, Gnana Mr. Bhakti? What stage I am in? Am I a doer? Am I the trying to enjoy independently? So I am trying to secure my position, or I want to actually please Guru and Krishna service. Which one, where I am, what kind of anarthas are dragging me down, what kind of unwanted creepers are growing in my heart. In terms of lava, puja, pratishta, always I'm trying to satisfy my senses, always trying to glorify myself, trying to be in the first place in the front, or I'm trying to give it to others, I'm trying to engage others, myself also in the service. So these things we have to look at. Otherwise, lava, puja, pratishta will stunt our actual devotion people. Will become lazy in our service naturally. In chanting also, it's okay. 16 rounds throughout the day I can do. Yes, you can do. Nobody said we can't do. Prabhupada has divided into 4 batches into 16 rounds, but doesn't mean that if Prabhupada has the highest quality, is beautiful. He can chant any time of the day as same quality. And are we have the same quality? No. Then why we should chant throughout the day and just extend it and try to finish 16 rounds somehow or the other? That's not what Acharya said. We want quality rounds. Then only we can give up these unwanted creepers. Otherwise, lava, puja, pratishtha, as a devotee also, however great we may be, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, still we can't get anywhere close above one of the nivritti and come to nishta. So that is a problem statement we have. So that's it. So time is permissible. Unwanted association is also permissible. We all work most of the times. So our situation is very precarious unless we take strong chanting, strong association of Guru and Krishna and hear attentively and follow what Guru has to say, period. Then we can attain perfection. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. And Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Thank you very much, Krishna Babu. I'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. And I'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Jai Nrsimha Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Lingam Ugraveedam Mahavishnu Dharantam Sarvatomukam Nrsimham Vishnu Bhadram Milkim Milkim Namamiham Nrsimha Bhagwan Ki Jai Prahlad Maharaj Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all decimal Vaishnavas. Manja Kalpataru Sindhu Bhavecha Patitanam Vaishnavebhyo Namo Ki Jai. Jai. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you, everybody. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.